The question says that Jim had $750, Joe had $250 more than Jim. How much money must Joe give to Jim so that the ratio of his money to Jim's money will become 2:3? Alright, firstly, Jim had $750 and then Joe had $250 more, so it's $750 plus $250. And the total they had $1,750. Alright. Now, at the end, we want the ratios to be 2:3. Alright. For Jim is to Joe. So we draw, for Joe, so that the ratio of Joe is to Jim is 2:3. Therefore, Jim is to Joe is 3:2. Therefore, we draw Jim's to be 3 parts, or 3 units, and Joe's to be 2 units. Alright. Why we draw Jim's model to be longer? Because the question said that Joe give to Jim. So in the end, Joe's model will be longer than before, right? Because he received money from Joe. And therefore, Joe will be shorter. Okay? So by how much? Okay, how much must be given so that this happened? Now, looking at the models in the end, we know that the total is 5 units, which is $1,750, no change. Therefore, 1 unit is equal to 1,750 divided by 5. That gives us $350. That's for 1 unit. And then we look at Joe's model in the end. Joe in the end had 2 units. So 2 times 350 is $700. Okay, Joe had $700 in the end. But Joe had how much at first? Joe had 750 plus 250 at first, which is 1,000. So at first 1,000 minus in the end 700. So the difference was $300. Okay, that shows that Joe had to give to Jim $300 in order to achieve the ratio of 2:3 for Joe is to Jim. Thank you for using Playmaths.com.